Hi everyone, I'm Susan here for our next Tuesday Shelf Talk. Today I'll be talking about Lucinda Riley's book, The Shadow Sister. So this book is the third in a series called The Seven Sisters, where each book follows one sister from a group who are named after each of the Pleiades stars. So the first two books in the series were called The Shadow Sister and The Storm Sister, and there's recently been released the fourth book, which is called The Pearl Sister. I actually read The Shadow Sister before reading any of the others in the series, so you definitely can read it as a standalone novel, although there are some parts that it's better if you've read the other ones to have read in order. So we've got these series of books in a different variety of formats. We've got the physical print, we've also got audiobook on CD, and we've got ebook and e-audiobook through the Belinda Borrowbox app. These are historical novels, and they've got a touch of romance in them as well, and some of the characters are based on real historical people, as well as the fictional characters that were created for the stories. So the basics of the story, and for each book in the series, are that the sister, and in this case her name is Star Daplier, is looking to discover more about her past. So each girl was adopted as a baby by their pa Salt, and he's recently died, and he's left clues behind so that each of the sisters can discover more about their past and where they come from. So Star's clue points her to an antiquarian bookshop in London to begin her search. And then the story swaps between her story and also the story of a girl in the past who she is related to in some way. So it sort of helps you to understand her search for her own history. I really enjoyed that the stories touched on real historical figures. So in this case we had Beatrix Potter, King Edward VII and his mistress Alice Keppel, and also Vita Sackville-West, who was the lover of Virginia Woolf and the inspiration for her novel Orlando. So reading the stories that touched on these real life people, it inspired me to look into more about the history of that time and those real people and what was happening that I didn't really know very much about, so that was really interesting for me. I think I enjoyed the parts of the story that were set in the past more than I did the present day investigation into Star's past, although that part was interesting too. And both of the different stories involved a touch of romance, which was nice. It was a bit predictable, but I mean, I don't really read it for the romance, so that's okay, and I don't feel like it took away from the main story either. So yes, that's The Shadow Sister. You'll probably enjoy this if you've liked others of Lucinda Riley's books, or if you like historical fiction from people like Kate Morton, Geraldine Brooks, Rosie Thomas, those sorts of people. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you again next week for another Tuesday Shelf Talk. Bye.